What's up, everybody? How you all doing? We're back again with another one, and today we're checking out Tupac called "To Live and Die in LA," which is basically Tupac's like a love letter to Los Angeles, which was released on a posthumous album, the Don Illuminati, the 7 Day Theory album, which was released in 1996. Shortly after Tupac got tragically shot and killed, and which is still fucking sad even to this day. Still, you know what I mean? Even though it's been nearly 30 years, 30 years, and just what happened to Tupac was very tragic, very sad, and a sad day in hip hop, and very yeah, it's just a real effed up time. Especially in the especially like when he passed away, because he was, he was like going on to like such great things. He was at his doing his music career, acting. I think he was about to go into politics as well, because he's very political. He's a very political kind of type of rapper. He spoke on a lot of issues and stuff like that. If you're a fan of Tupac, then if you know, you know. But this song we're checking out is the music video. Hopefully, it says that it's the uncut version. I hope it is, because I don't like doing the clean version. I like the full version, the proper version. So I hope that this one is. Yeah, so rest in peace to Tupac Shakur. And yeah, so we're going to dive into this, and we're going to do what we can to try and break it down. And yeah, and talk about stuff. So yeah, let's dive into it. Big up to Tupac Shakur. Rest in peace. Let's go.
Somebody need to do a song for LA. Straight up. Just go out to LA. The new anthem.
To live and die in LA. California. What you say about Los Angeles? Still the only place for me. It never rains in the sun. To live and die in LA.
Sorry, just before he actually starts rapping, I'm sorry to pause it so soon. I just like, as the instrumentation starts kicking in, I recognise that instrumentation is from a sample from Prince's "Do Me Baby," I believe that's what it's called, which is it's quite a deep song. I've sort of heard some of that. I might react to it after this. I don't know, but yeah, but that sample, but in the instrumentation is from Prince. Do Me Baby. I just like you. But let's bring that back. I just love when the instrumentation kicks in.
Yeah. To live and die in LA. California. What you say about Los Angeles? Still the only place for me. It never rains in the sun.
To live and die in LA, where every day we try to fatten our pockets. Us niggas hustle for the cash, so it's hard to knock it. Everybody got their own thing, currency chasing. Worldwide through the hard times, worrying faces. Shed tears as we bury niggas close to heart. Or was a friend, now a ghost in the dark. Cold part of
There's just love for like the people that have like tragically passed away, and just showing that what was once a close friend, now a ghost in the dark. That's deep. I like how Tupac can just take such a uplifting song, and especially in instrumentation, and just combine so many different like concepts between struggle, the pain, and politics, to what's going on in the streets, everything. He was able to combine all those concepts and just put them all together, and it just, it's just the genius Tupac, it was not just only just say a poet, say more or less like a freedom fighter, basically, and but it's more than that, and just the way that he uh, wrote his lyrics, the things that he talked about, and be able to combine different subject matters and be able to combine them all together and still make your ass fucking dance. I mean, that's genius. Genius.
Still the only place for me. It never rains in the sun.
To live and die in LA, where every day we try to fatten our pockets. Us niggas hustle for the cash, so it's hard to knock it. Everybody got their own thing coming, so chasing worldwide through the hard times, worrying faces. Shed tears as we bury niggas close to heart.
Even though you're going through hard times, don't let go of your dreams.
Through the hard times, worrying faces. Shed tears as we bury niggas close to heart. What was a friend, now a ghost in the dark. Cold part about it, nigga got smoked by a fiend. Trying to floss on him, blind to a broken man's dream. A hard lesson, court cases keep him guessing. Plea bargain ain't an option now, so I'm stressing. Cost me more to be free than a life in the pen. Making money off of cuss words, writing again. Learn how to think ahead, so I fight with my pen. Late night down, sunset, like in the sin. What's the worst they can do to a nigga? Got me lost in hell to live and die in LA on bail. My angel sing.
This is like a fucking very like soulful, like complex tribute to the city that embraced him after his release from prison. It's just it's such a vibe, and it just feels so uplifting. I can imagine just what I should have said in the intro, by the way, is that this is not the first time I've heard this, but it's just the first time that I'm actually sort of sitting down, reacting to it, and just paying attention more to the lyrics and breaking it down and talking about it. But there's just I used to just play this like on a hot summer's day, and just playing this, just just vibing out, just chilling, just relaxing, and it's just beautiful. It's a great song. It's beautiful.
City of angels in constant danger. South Central LA can't get no stranger. Full of drama like a soap opera. On the curb watching the ghetto bird helicopters.
Yes, I like how like this song is like, it's like even though it's like celebratory, it's Park is not shying away from the city, like the grit, the nitty grit of the city streets. Like sort of painting a picture of like the LA that includes like both the sunshine and the struggle. You know what I mean? It's just see what I mean about just finding different concepts. It's
stranger, full of drama like a soap opera. On the curb watching the ghetto bird helicopters. I observe so many niggas getting 3 strikes off from jail. Swear to being right across from hell. I can't cry cause it's home now. I'm just a nigga on his own now, living life thug style. So I can't smile right into my peoples when they ask for pictures, thinking Cali just fun and bitches. Better learn about the dress code, B's and C's. All them other niggas copycats, these is cheese. I love Cali like I love women. Cause every nigga in LA got a little bit of thug in him.
I just love that. I just love that. Talking about the khakis and also the just touching on like there's the now like even though he's on about the what is like reputation for thug life. So I feel like it's just focused on heavily on like black unity. He mentions like the peace, referring to the truce between like the Bloods and the Crips, where red, Crips are blue, and lyrics are like, and I love how the lyrics just sort of emphasizes that even in the city where everybody's got a 45, there's a shared bond, a unique beauty in the struggle. It's just he's he was such a talented songwriter, performer, um, and it's just crazy. It's sad to to it's been gone for 30 years. It's been 30 years since its passing, and it's just crazy. And to know what, and his music, even to this day, it's still relevant. Do you know what I mean? It still has a lot of relevance. It doesn't matter if you hear this, like nowadays, like now, or if you only hearing his music 10 years later, 10, 20 years later from now, his music is still going to be impactful, still going to be relevant, and and it's just, what I mean? It's just, this is music from the 90s, right? And I feel, and I just feel that it's way better, and still way better than any music that's being produced today. I can tell you that. I'd rather listen to music from the 90s than the crap that we're putting up with today, like with the AI and everything that shit taking over and ruining fucking music altogether. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. This is no AI is proper music, and it's so impactful. It's music with a message, and
About the dress code, B's and C's. All them other niggas copycats, D's is G's. I love Cali like I love women. Cause every nigga in LA got a little bit of thug in him. We might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this, we'll burn this bitch down, get us pissed. To live and die in LA.
It's the place to be.
Let my angel sing.
Be that you know it. What everybody wanna see. Live and die in LA. It's the place to be.
To live and die in LA.
Be that you know it. What everybody wanna see.
Wouldn't be LA without Mexicans. Black love, brown pride in the sets again. Pete Wilson trying to see us all broke. I'm on some bullshit. Out for everything they owe. Remember K-Day, weekends, Crenshaw, MLK, automatics rang free. Niggas lost their way.
the MLK. So it's referring to like the 92 LA riots, the tension between the streets and the police. Oh, it's called MLK, Martin Luther King. Oh, and his assassination. Damn.
Us all broke, I'm on some bullshit. Out for everything they owe. Remember K-Day, weekends, Crenshaw, MLK, automatics rang free. Niggas lost their way. Gang signs being shown. Nigga love your hood, but recognize that it's all good. Where do we at? Niggas getting churned out. Snoop Dogg in this motherfucker permed out.
Oh, yeah, getting shamed out, getting high on shame. And also, what's say about Snoop Dogg getting burned out? Is that a sneak diss? Is that because I know because Tupac ended up falling out with Snoop Dogg. Maybe because Pac realised that Snoop Dogg is playing both sides of the fence. He's always because when Snoop Dogg went on a radio station. And said that he got love for Biggie, and even though that Tupac became enemies with Biggie, and despite their conflict and between Pac and Biggie, Biggie was but Snoop was supposed to be, homies with Tupac, and then when Tupac have found out that Snoop Dogg still got love for Biggie, and Tupac was enemies with and Tupac was enemies with Biggie, but that didn't sit right with Tupac. That didn't sit right, and I've always noticed that as Snoop has always been a bit of like a fence sitter. No, you can't play both sides of the fence like that, you know. You know, and Tupac wasn't like that. It's like you either riding with me or you either ride with me or you're against me. You know, it was kind of that kind of mentality. You either with me or against me, kind of thing. And Tupac, that's how Tupac felt. So I feel that this line right here, what he said about Snoop Dogg, I feel that, I think that was a subtle diss to Snoop Dogg right there.
Signs being shown, nigga love your hood, but recognize that it's all good. We don't need that, niggas getting churned out. Snoop Dogg in this motherfucker permed out. M.O.B. Big Shug in the low, bounce and turn. Dog pound in the Lex with an ounce to burn. Got them Watts niggas with me on OMCB. They got some hash, took a stash, left the rest for me. Neck bone.
Sorry.
Trade hair on punch you too. Big Rock got knocked, but this one's for you. I hit the studio and drop a Drew, open the pack, get high, watching time fly to live and die in LA.
I was thinking because there was there's the dish and it's like a very subtle jab at the East Coast, specifically the Notorious B.I.G. and Nas. Just at the very beginning, so the rest of the track remains like focused on LA pride, mostly, and the struggle, and you know, and there's street politics, but there's some some sort of this. I think that because when Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg he rides with the Crips, didn't he? And Tupac riding with Suge Knight, who represent the Mob Piru, the Mob Piru, the Bloods, and so I want no, it's just crazy, you know. But so I'm just thinking, just that line where he said about Sherman then get shermed out and Snoop Dogg getting burned out. So I'm thinking that was a jab at Snoop Dogg as well. There's some slight subtle disses in there. Also, see, this is what I'm talking about with Tupac. Just able to combine so many different concepts. So you can subtly diss, and combine talk about struggle, the streets, and you know, and just general just bigging up LA, which is the overall theme of this song. But you know, it's to live and die in LA. Wow.
MCB, they got some hash, took a stash, left the rest for me. Neck bone, trade hair on, punch you too. Big Rock got knocked, but this one's for you. I hit the studio and drop a Drew, open the pack, get high, watching time fly to live and die in LA.
And also, I like how we're in the video, though. Even though you got Tupac driving around through LA in a yellow lowrider, and he's also interacting with the fans, and you know, eating and stuff, and you know, being like they're, you know, in there. I could talk, interacting, you know, with his fans and that, to show like he's like a man of the you know, he's a man of the people. You know, that kind of image as well. I mean, the video, I think it's a great video. But the overall the song itself is just phenomenal. It's just it just feels so uplifting. You know, just picture it on a hot summer's day. You know what I mean? And you throw this on. It's just, you know what I mean? You just want to just chill out, just relax and enjoy the sunshine and Tupac's music. Well, I mean, and some glass drink. What more could you want, eh? also really like because I know there's this sample is that as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of this reaction. At the beginning, it was the sample that's used in this instrumentation is by Prince, "Do Me Baby," and I was wondering who the female singer is because there was a singer called Melissa Morgan who did a cover version of Prince's "Do Me Baby." So I'm just wondering, like, you know, because this got such a smooth and very melodic West Coast vibe to it. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Everybody wanna see the living guy in LA. It's the place to be.
To live and die in LA.
Read it to know it. Everybody wanna see it.
Let's go out for 92.3, 106. All the radio stations that be bumping my shit, making my shit sound quadruple platinum. Let's go out to all the magazines that support a nigga. All the real motherfuckers. All the stores, the mom and pop spots, A&R people, all y'all motherfuckers. LA, California Love Park, motherfucker 2, without gay and straight.
as a fucking without gay ass Dre. Talking about Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre's been accused of being gay, being homosexual. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not. I'm not trying to speculate. I'm not trying to say it is, you know? But that's the claims that have been alleged. I don't know if that's true or not. You know, obviously at the time, I guess Tupac knew more than everybody else did. But about Dr. Dre, I've no idea. I'm not trying to speculate. I'm not trying to say any. But anyway, but there's see, even more shots fired, and it's the outro. Even on the outro, Tupac's firing shots. Shots fired.
California Love Park, motherfucker 2, without gay and straight.
I'm just trying to work out why Tupac fell out with Dr. Dre. Because if you know, like Dr. Dre, when he's working on something, with a song or something, Dr. Dre would say like 3 weeks, 3 months, you know, it could take fucking years just to work on one song. It would take a long time to, you know, to make one song, and I think that just goes really just by, you know, because Dr. Dre's like when he's making his beats and his songs, he's you know, he's a perfectionist. He likes to look for the right kick and the right scratch, whatever. You know what I mean? But whereas Tupac was used to like doing like 3 songs a day, just 1, 2, 3, just, you know, just work on it, just get it done. And Dr. Dre was just like takes so fucking long to do one song, and I don't know if that's the reason why Tupac fell out with him. I think there might be a lot more to it than that, you know. But let me know in the comments down below. But yeah,
Without gay and straight. West side.
outside. Michael. Great video, great song. By Tupac Shakur, and that was absolutely phenomenal. You know, I love the instrumentation. I really did. I love the beat. I love the lyrics. Great song, great message. You know, it's just I like to react to Tupac now and again because I'm a big fan of Tupac. I think it's incredible. And he was incredible, and his music, I think, will always live. But you know, Tupac's music will always live on through all his fans, and you know, I'll always be listening to Tupac every fucking time. You know, as the nothing. You know, I'm just a bigger Tupac fan as I am an Eminem fan. I was a Tupac fan first before Eminem. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, that was just that's incredible, just great concept song. No, it wasn't really a concept song, but the subject matters in the way that Tupac put those the lyrics together and just and how he wrote it, and it's incredible. So it's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, like, share, subscribe if that's what you're into. And yeah, till the next one, guys. Be safe, be healthy. Catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. Cheers, peace. I'm out. Peace.